Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space. For wrestling fans like you, I'm your host Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your WWE Monday Night Raw review for November 4th of 2024. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling oozy? Because apparently, so is everybody else in Saudi Arabia after seeing that great segment between Sami Zayn, or should I say, Sami Uso, Jimmy, and Jey. And Jey said it. He said what everyone was hoping he would say. Despite their issues, because they do have issues, a mountain of them. And this wrestling fan who's looking for great storytelling hopes these issues, of course, get resolved, but also lead to some great drama on television. But despite those issues, Jey Uso says Sami Zayn is still family. I tweeted this, posted this, because it's no longer Twitter, so I can't say tweet. This is one of the best storylines that has ever happened under the WWE umbrella. Right? Look at me, pointing out the obvious. But I don't think it's said enough. I don't think it's mentioned enough. I think this storyline, when it's all said and done, is going down in history as one of the all-time greats. The layers, the lore, the amount of drama. And honestly, it's going to be a good minute, before we get a storyline like this that can make you feel the way that it makes you feel. It gets tossed around a lot, but I truly do believe this is cinema. This is great. The acting, the entire ordeal going on between the Usos, Sami, which then leads to Sami and Roman, which I'm pretty sure when we get to Friday Night SmackDown, I have a feeling that's not going to get resolved the way we think it is, until a certain wise man makes his return. And I think when Paul Heyman comes back, that's when the Bloodline is truly reformed. Look, whatever the main event is scheduled to be for WrestleMania 41 involving Roman Reigns, and look, I still think it's Rock versus Roman. I'm hoping it's Rock versus Roman. No one knows except Triple H. Well, The Rock, Triple H, and of course Nick Khan and everyone else in charge, creative. Whatever the blow off for this entire angle is going to be, I feel like it's going to be something that we're going to remember for generations. Because this is next level, man. Everything about this storyline is amazing. And I can't wait to talk about that particular segment when we get to it. And yes, you don't need me to tell you, that was the best part of the entire night. Not saying that the show itself wasn't all that great. I think the show was solid. The crowd helped. As much as I don't like Saudi Arabia pay-per-views or PLEs, when you have a crowd like that for a Monday Night Raw or a Friday Night SmackDown, it really does help. They were into everything, and I mean everything, on this show, which made the show feel a lot more special. So I'll say the show was solid. I enjoyed the 2 hours. That being said, there were some things about this show that irked me. Number one, you had Dominik Mysterio pin Damian Priest last week, giving us the idea that they were giving Dominik a push. And when Bronson Reed hit that ring in the main event and laid out 3 of the 4 men in the Fatal 4-Way, Seth Rollins, Damian, and Sheamus, I was thinking to myself, they're going to give Dom a world title match against Gunther, and I'm here for it. I was excited about that. Only for them to just give Damian Priest his win back. Huh? That was weird to me. That didn't compute with me in any kind of way. It was like, why did you give Dominik Mysterio that win to begin with if you're not gonna capitalize on it? Now, did I think Dominik Mysterio was even close to beating Gunther? No. But the idea of him potentially beating Gunther after getting his ass kicked, becoming the ultimate chicken shit heel, that gets me just a tad bit excited. But instead, they had Damian Priest win, and they're going right back to Damian Priest and Gunther. Is the match going to be great? I'm pretty sure it is, but it doesn't hold as much interest for me than what Dominik Mysterio and Gunther would have held. So that's just an issue that I had. They chose that direction and not a new one. Speaking of directions, Chad Gable. What's going on with this guy? Now, don't get me wrong. Chad Gable and Dragon Lee, match of the night for sure. Excellent match between the two. And whatever I'm going to argue for Chad Gable can easily be argued for Dragon Lee. Both of these men needed wins. Need wins. Not even needed. They need wins. So one of them had to win, one of them had to lose. They went with Dragon Lee. But I'm sorry. Chad Gable, I've come up here, for the last 6 months, half year, since he turned heel, I have put this man over like $1 million. This man is one of your best talents, one of your best in-ring performers, one of the best on the microphone. He can get anyone over in any angle. He makes everything that he touches relevant. Why is it that this man can't get any momentum inside the ring? He can't win a match. I don't understand it. It's very frustrating for me in particular to see him, and knowing that he's this good, see him lose as often that he is. Is this leading to a storyline where Kurt Angle comes in and helps change things? I hope so. That would be the only reason why he's losing this much. If they're just having him lose with no direction behind it, I think, and I've been loving Triple H's booking for the most part when it comes to WWE television as of lately. That would be the first time where I side-eye Triple H in his booking. Because how you can look at Chad Gable and not think championship material, whether it's IC or World Championship material. I would argue World Championship material. Don't know why he's not facing Gunther. No offense to Damian Priest. But they're going with Damian Priest, and Chad is stuck in mid-card, losing to Dragon Lee. I don't get it. Hopefully when things play out long-term, it will make the most sense. It will make more sense. But as of right now, I don't understand why you would have Chad Gable losing to anybody, let alone Dragon Lee and the LWO. Don't get it. Don't get it whatsoever. Io Sky is the new #1 contender for Liv Morgan's Women's Championship. Apparently, this is plan B to what was originally going to be Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan again. But as we all know, Rhea Ripley fractured her orbital bone and she's going to be out maybe past Survivor Series. So I'm assuming Io Sky is currently plan B. If Rhea's good to go before Survivor Series, they'll do, of course, Io Sky and Liv Morgan maybe next week or in 2 weeks. If she's not ready to go for Survivor Series, they'll do Io Sky and Liv Morgan for Survivor Series. I'm not hating that match. It sounds good on paper, for sure. But it does suck that you had all those women inside the ring. And they could have gone with Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. Hell, they could have gone with Kairi Sane if they really wanted to. And trust me when I say this. When they're ready to push Kairi Sane as a legit babyface singles competitor, she will blow up. They went with the safe choice. Io Sky. Alright. Again, nothing against it. I just feel like we could have gone with someone else. But these aren't actual issues that I have. And I sit here and project them and portray them as problems. As in, oh my god, the show sucks because of it. It's just personal things. Personal preferences that I wish they would have done differently. Doesn't really hurt the overall momentum of WWE. Because what really matters is what they're doing with the Bloodline storyline. The Bloodline storyline is what's carrying the WWE. It's going to carry it through Survivor Series into next year for Raw on Netflix into WrestleMania. As long as that's doing good, whatever happens with the rest of the card, give it, take it, give or take, it doesn't really matter. Because the main storylines matter. And I have a feeling when we get to Friday Night SmackDown and we get that confrontation with Roman, the Usos, and Sami, with Paul Heyman potentially coming back. And then on top of that, Kevin Owens gets into his feud with Cody for Survivor Series. And we really start cooking. All these nitpicks that I'm having is not going to be a big deal. But that's just my opinion. Keep this in mind. I always leave the door open for you guys to have your thoughts, your views. I would love for you to give me yours on this show. Give me your grades, 1 out of 10. Y'all let me know. Of course, 10 being the highest, and then A being the highest when it comes to grades. I'm very curious to know how y'all felt about this show. We're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and do all the preliminary stuff. Say hello to the people. Say hello to the mod squad. Plug the people over at Mint Mobile Country. And then, of course, we'll get to your review. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it while you're here. By the way, I do appreciate you all for choosing me for your weekly review of Monday Night Raw. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing. Whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate after the fact. You can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on Spotify. Give me a follow on Cameo. Give me a follow on Threads. Follow us on Discord. And give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi. And you know what to do with them t-shirts.
Do not forget the Bianca turn on Jade teaser.
Oh, don't worry. I've been purposely saving that for the review discussion, but I haven't forgotten about it. Thank you for the donation, Zat Cosmetic. Appreciate that, sir. But back to the advertisement. Don't forget to get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? Join the club. Get you an I'm a Just Alyx guy t-shirt. Hot off the press. Also get you an old school Deluxe t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx as well t-shirt. And many, many, many more t-shirts coming your way. We're going to a super chat party.
Why you forgot about WWE Saturday Night Main Event? They want Kevin Owens against Cody Rhodes on December 18th.
I don't think I forgot about it, and I didn't forget about it. They can still do Kevin and Cody at Survivor Series and do a rematch at Saturday Night's Main Event. Haven't forgot about it. But yeah, you know what to do when it comes to the t-shirts, ladies and gentlemen. And I thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. Let's talk about him. Mint Mobile. Of course, the partners of this lovely broadcast, they are here to give you a sweet, sweet deal. $15 a month for any mobile plan. Think about what you pay right now. Right here, right now. Think about what you pay for your mobile plan. An arm and a leg. Some of you pay in the hundreds. What if I told you you can have everything that you have right now? Unlimited talks, texts. Of course, you also got data and many other things, 5G network. You can have all of that. You can have all of that for $15 a month. Now, wouldn't that be cool? If you're interested in that, then let's get a quick word from our partners before we get to some shout out.
This video is partnered by Mint Mobile. Like many of you, I've been trying to cut back on expenses lately, but let's be real. It's tough when you got things to do and you don't want to give them up. But sometimes you have to make those sacrifices to pay your phone bill and satisfy the big tech companies. That was until I discovered Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services starting as low as $15 a month. With Mint Mobile, you can get high-speed data plus unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. The best part? You get to keep your phone and even the phone number. Now, if you do want to purchase your own phone, they do have phones available on the website, which you can get through the link. The internet service is reliably fast. It's so seamless, I put it up there with any other network on the market. Now, some of you might think switching to a new service is a hassle. Let me reassure you, this is only going to take you 15 minutes to set up. You could literally do it right now from your phone, no need to leave your house or contact anybody.
And if your device does not support eSIM, then Mint Mobile will personally ship you a physical SIM card.
So if you're like me and you want to save a little bit of money without sacrificing anything, use the link trymintmobile.com/justalyx and start your wireless plan today as low as $15 a month. Don't lose out on this opportunity. Start saving money by switching to Mint Mobile today.
All right, thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. As always, show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shine 97 5-star heart. Elias, a David. You Japan Pro Wrestling Go. Cleo does everything. Highway dealing. A danger. And of course, Big and GM. Because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. By the way, please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. We on it tonight. All right, who's here? Who's here in the live chat? Right up the top, we got JJ. Who let the dogs out? Who? I'm curious. Do any of you in real life be saying these quips, these catchphrases with me? Like anytime I plug my stuff, anytime I shout out people, are you saying it with me? Because I hope so. That's the whole point. We got Trey, Just Trey. We're going to call him Just Trey. And ladies and gentlemen, we got royalty in his house. I want you guys to understand that this is the money man. Debit. Money. Debit Money Adams, ladies and gentlemen, is your World Heavyweight Super Chat Champion for Just Alyx YouTube channel. This man is going into one of the big 4 pay-per-views at the end of this month, perhaps taking on a buttload of challengers. But understand this, when you come after Debit Money Adams, everybody's got a price. Debit Money Adams, good to have you here, sir. I'm expecting a great championship defense at Survivor Series at the end of the month. McNeil99. I also see Joseph Winters. I see what we already saw his super chat earlier, but Zat Cosmetic. Sean Swaby. Baby! Good to have you here, Mr. Sean Swaby. I also see your wise woman, the wise woman, and of course your goatness, Miss Lauren Biggs. And anytime I give it up for Miss Lauren Biggs, I gotta mention who she's representing, her advocate. And that, my friends, is the cat stealing, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun. He's walking around in his gator shoes, his tie, and looking like $1 million. You wanna know why? Because to be the man, woo! You gotta beat the man! And 3 Diglets is the man. Gotta give a shout out to 3 Diglets. And I think we got Aaron Teagle. And I think that's gonna do it for shout outs. Alright, thank you all so much for being here. We're gonna go ahead and move things along to the review. Again, give me your grades, give me your scores about the show. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say at the end. WWE Monday Night Raw was live in Saudi Arabia. It wasn't here in America. Yes, it was here in Saudi Arabia. They stayed for a couple of days. This was taped. Just so you guys don't know, in case you're wondering, it was taped. Which I'm pretty sure all of you knew coming into this review. I didn't see the spoilers. I came into it cold just to enjoy the show. And I'm glad. Because this was a show that was worth watching without the spoilers. Because I enjoyed it. Overall, a solid show. Crowd was hot for a good portion of it. Matter of fact, I don't think they were dead at all. These foreign crowds, again, continue to make us look like... We look so bad as American crowds compared to these foreign crowds. Even though WWE is hot, we still get embarrassed. But them the breaks. The show opens up with your Women's World Champion Liv Morgan coming out with, of course, Dominik Mysterio and her muscle, Raquel Rodriguez, gets on the microphone, says, "Welcome to Monday Night Morgan." It doesn't have the same ring as Monday Night Rollins or whatever play on words that other wrestlers use. We are now entering the Liv World Tour because the Revenge Tour is completely over with. They have beaten and eliminated Rhea Ripley for good, and we won't see her for a very, very, very long time. Just so we're clear, we don't know how long Rhea is going to be out. That orbital bone injury that she has, it could put her out literally for the rest of the year, or it could put her out for a few weeks, and she's back by Survivor Series. So we're going to see how things play out when it comes to that. But she brags about beating Nia Jax, becoming that one championship winner that no one cares about, the Crown Jewel champion, women's champion. And then she's interrupted by Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Of course, they talking that mess, saying they want to whip some ass with some Liv and Raquel ass. But then Liv says, let's just be honest. The only reason that you, Bianca, and Jay are together is because you're women's tag team champs. But here's the thing, Bianca. How can you be the best, the strongest, the fastest, the toughest, the EST, when Jade Cargill also thinks she's the EST? Eventually, you two are gonna turn on each other. They teased it. They teased for the first time a split between Jade and Bianca. And it feels like this is gonna go all the way into WrestleMania, but this is the start of it, which is interesting. I thought they were eventually going to start doing this. I didn't think they were going to do it this early. But here we are. We're doing it. We're doing Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, teasing a match which should happen at WrestleMania, which would be an excellent match, a huge match to do for the record. Who turns on who? You decide. I would prefer Bianca turn heel, but knowing that she doesn't want to turn heel, it will probably be Jade Cargill. Regardless, they caught on to what Liv was trying to do, and they said they wanted to kick her ass anyways, and so they start fighting until GM Adam Pearce comes out, separates them, and says, look, since Liv was giving people a hard time, she's going to punish him. She's going to get punished by having to watch a battle royal to determine who fights her for the women's championship. Right? And so there you go. A battle royal to determine who fights her. No Rhea Ripley in the battle royal, because again, we don't know if Rhea Ripley's going to be out for the rest of the year or for a couple of weeks, but we'll find out sooner than later. Now, we get to the battle royal. We see a lot of women we haven't seen in a while. It's good to see the women's roster that we have, but it is one of those things when you look at this and go, ooh, well, it's been a minute since I've seen these women because we only have 2 hours to feature them. So it does suck that this is the only way they'll get featured is in multi-women matches like this. But it ultimately does come down. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, of course, Io Sky, and Lyra. Who's Lyra? Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria. And just when it feels like Jade and Bianca are going to come to blows, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez get them eliminated. Just get them tossed over the top rope and eliminate them from the match so Liv doesn't have to fight them. Of course, Bianca and Jade ain't having it, and they chase after Liv and Raquel, leaving Io Sky and Lyra Valkyria inside the ring. They have a nice back and forth. Io Sky wins with a German suplex on the apron, and then she does a headstand, literal headstand on the apron, looking like a boss. Rick Ross. Now, Io Sky is your new women's championship #1 contender. When she fights Liv, nobody knows. They didn't say Survivor Series. They don't have a date yet because I think they're waiting on an update from Rhea Ripley. We don't know how bad her injury is. If she's going to be back literally next week or the week after that, they're going to probably do Io Sky and Liv in the next 2 weeks, and then do Liv and Rhea at Survivor Series. But if Rhea can't make it, okay, we'll do Io Sky and Liv at Survivor Series. Liv will win, but it's something to hold us over until then. Again, I'm not against Io Sky taking on Liv Morgan. I just wish they would have done someone else. Why not Kairi Sane? I would have loved it. I would have loved for it to be Kairi Sane. Not because I like Kairi Sane more than Io Sky. I understand why they would go with Io Sky over Kairi, for sure, because Triple H trusts her more. She's also a former world champion. This is more so wanting someone different, wanting someone new. You get me? That's just how I feel. Oh, I love this. So backstage, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are arguing about what happened last week and why they lost their tag match. Because Kofi was right. They had the win. All Xavier had to do was hit their finisher, but Xavier called an audible, and went after Rey Mysterio, which cost the New Day the Tag Team Championship contendership match. And now they're bickering over it. But see, Xavier Woods doesn't see it that way. Xavier Woods says it's Kofi Kingston's fault. Oh, no, he didn't. He says it's your fault, Kofi. And Kofi tells him, hold on for a minute. You're the one that went off script. And so they bicker, and then they're interrupted by a VHS tape of The Miz being kidnapped. He's blindfolded. Well, he's not even blindfolded. He has a mask over his face, but he's blinded by the mask. He has his mouth taped. And then you see Bo Dallas, or Uncle Howdy, appear in the shot. And Miz is begging him, please don't hurt me. I'll give up Final Testament. Oh, but Miz, you don't get it. You don't get it, Miz. As Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas would tell him, they're not after Final Testament. They were after the Miz the entire time. Miz is the one they were after. Ooh, oh no, what they gonna do to Miz? What they about to do to Miz? You done stepped in it now, son. So I look forward to seeing where that one goes. Apparently Goldberg is retiring next year. It says it right here. Goldberg's retirement match next year. I thought we were doing John Cena's retirement next year, but I guess we're also doing Goldberg's retirement next year. Who's he gonna fight? Probably Gunther. Gunther! Nah, 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 nah. Fine with me, as long as Goldberg loses. New Day! The New Day get their asses whooped by the Raw Raiders. Eric and Ivar. Match was pretty good. Good back and forth. But Xavier was once again costing the match. Kofi had the victory in sight, going for the treble in Paradise. But Xavier Woods tags himself in and told Kofi to change the plans. And Kofi's like, what you doing, man? So Kofi gets taken out. Xavier Woods ends up eating a double team. A modified springboard clothesline double team that looked pretty dope. And yeah, still some dissension between Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. That New Day split is coming. And it's going to be heartbreaking. And then we get, again, what I call the best segment of the entire night. Sami Zayn comes out to a hero's welcome. He begins his promo in Arabic. Great language. Personally, I wish I could speak any other language besides English, because sometimes I feel like I be missing out. Especially y'all who be saying certain things behind my back in different languages. I got my eye on you. But he speaks in Arabic before switching to English to talk about how people, how he's proud to be in front of this great city, his people, speaking their language on TV. But that's not why he came out here tonight. He came out here to address what happened at Crown Jewel. Here comes Jey Uso. Jey Uso comes out, big pop. Yeet! He watched the tape back and said he knows he accidentally kicked Roman Reigns. But before he can get a word in, here comes Jimmy, Big Jim. And Jimmy says, nah, I saw what everybody saw. Jimmy Uso accuses Sami Zayn of kicking him on purpose, and that Sami can't be trusted. But Sami turned it around on Jimmy, telling him, I can't be trusted? Negro, how many betrayals do you have under your belt? First off, you betrayed me after you're the one that brought me in the bloodline when I attacked Roman. Then you betrayed Roman, only for you to then betray Jey to get back with Roman. But I'm the one that Jey has to watch his back from. I was like, that is true. Yeah, Jimmy, honestly, I still don't know why Jey trusts you. I'm gonna be real with you. Even right now, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if we can trust Jimmy. Because they really haven't done a great job of explaining why he turned on Jey to get back with Roman. Besides the fact that it's family. But that's the whole point of the story. They have issues that they need to work out. So hopefully they do manage to find common ground there. But yeah, Sami says he came out of Crown Jewel for one guy. He wanted to make sure Jey was okay, and that's it. And he said for a minute there, he can admit, when all four of them were inside the ring, it felt like old times. It felt pretty damn special. But that's all it lasted, was 1 minute. Because he can't do this again. There's a lot of issues there. There's drama there. And he doesn't see it working out. He says he's out, goes to walk away. Jey stops him and says, look, please show up on Friday to work things out with Roman. Because I don't care what anyone says. Use family, use our family. And the crowd is chanting, Sami Uso. They haven't forgot. Man, this segment reminded me of all of the amazing segments that this group had. And I'm not just talking about that Royal Rumble betrayal in 2023, last year's Royal Rumble, going down in history as one of the biggest babyface turns probably ever. And I mean that. I'm talking about the Usi segment, where Sami had everyone cracking up, corpsing. The trial of Sami Zayn on Raw. These are legitimately some of the best television, best segments that they've done in a dog's age. And I mean that. I just gotta be a little concerned. Because here's my thing. I have no question that what they do going into Survivor Series is going to be hot. It's going to be awesome. That being said, eventually, we got to get into Roman versus The Rock. Where does Sami go after that? Now, some of you will say, well, we'll figure that out when we get there. Okay, but still, I gotta ask the question. Sami is back with the Bloodline, but it just feels like anytime Sami gets away from the Bloodline, honestly, when he gets away from Kevin Owens, the Bloodline, he just kind of flounders. Anyone else just feel that with Sami Zayn, where he just kind of flounders and then they don't really do much with him? Then he wins the IC title. And yeah, his feud with Chad Gable was hot, although I still feel like Chad Gable should have won the IC title. Because let me tell you something. The stuff with Chad, Otis, and the Alpha Academy, next level amazingness. Amazing television that Sami was involved in. But once he got away from that and then he started fighting Braun Breaker, the magic wasn't there. And so, Sami's magic, I feel like, is tied to the Bloodline. It's tied to Kevin Owens. They gotta do something with him. I hope they find something for him post-Bloodline, because I am a bit worried that whatever he does after this is just not gonna live up. But yeah, Sami Uso. Sami Uso, my dudes. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I think after this, we got Chad Gable versus Dragon Lee. Right? Yep, we got Chad Gable versus Dragon Lee. Easily the match of the night. These two were wrestling like rent was due. Awesome back and forth. Crazy counters. There was a spot where Dragon Lee dropped Chad Gable on his neck with a German suplex, and Chad just popped back up and pulled down his straps, Kurt Angle style. Yeah! And then hits the German suplex on Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee kips up like it was nothing. And then all of a sudden, they just keep going back and forth. Crazy action. Now, there was another spot before that where Chad, they were on the apron, and I think Chad hit Dragon Lee with a scary belly-to-belly suplex to the outside. And Dragon Lee came straight down on his, I won't say his head, probably like his upper neck, shoulder area. I winced at that spot. That was scary. You look at matches like this, and you tell yourself, why isn't Chad Gable featured more? This is one of the best performers you have. What are we doing? But Zelina Vega got involved, and then Rey Mysterio got out there, distracted Chad Gable, allowing Dragon Lee to pin him for the 1, 2, 3. And look, people already said it. One of them had to win, because Dragon Lee, just like Chad Gable, great athlete who doesn't win a lot. So he needed to win just as much as Chad Gable needed to win. I get it. You're not wrong. But in this instance, you could have had both of them win. Why did Chad Gable have to take a loss to him? No offense. I'm sick of seeing Chad Gable lose. This man literally cooks every storyline you give to him. He makes everything that is handed to him, storyline-wise, when it comes to factions, when it comes to characters, he makes that shit work, unless it's, of course, Shorty G. But he makes everything you give him work. Why isn't he going for a championship? What are we doing? Now, again, Triple H is into long-term storytelling. When we see the long-term story of what they want to do, maybe, just maybe, it'll all play out. Like I said, they can bring in Kurt Angle. You bring in Kurt Angle takes over American Made, they become more aggressive, they start winning matches. If that's what we do, awesome. But man, like, I'm kind of sick of it. I'm kind of sick of seeing him lose, and I want to see him do better. But yeah, Dragon Lee gets a victory over Chad Gable. Woo! Ludwig Kaiser is backstage with Gunther. Ludwig complains about wasting Gunther's time with questions about undeserving Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes beat him. But then Gunther pulled a babyface stunt and goes, nah, Cody beat me fair and square. So he earns my respect. What? What? All right. And then he says, we both have issues we need to work on. We both had to do better. Right, Ludwig? Ludwig was supposed to take out Sheamus. He didn't. But he says he'll be watching the Fatal 4-Way closely to see who fights him for the championship. And guess what? The Fatal 4-Way was next. Yeah! Damian Priest, Dominik Mysterio, Seth freaking Rollins, and Sheamus. Crowd was hot for this match. And the match was really, really good. Super good. By the way, if you sent me a super chat, it will play at the end of the review. I got you, don't worry. But this match was hot. Crowd was into it. Great back and forth. All four men shined. Bronson Reed comes out during the match and lays 3 of the 4 men out with tsunamis. First he takes out Seth Rollins, and then he hits a tsunami on Sheamus, then hits a tsunami on Damian Priest, and then tsunami Seth Rollins through the announcer table. When all 3 of these men were down, I was excited. I was pumped because I said they're going to give Dominik Mysterio a world championship match. Oh, I'm excited about that. And I knew it. I had a feeling he was going to win it. Climbs the top rope, hits a frog splash, Damian Priest breaks it up. But I'm like, okay, that's just one of those things where, well, they're all down anyways. So Dom hits a 619 on Damian. I'm thinking, well, yeah, it would make a lot more sense for Dom to pin Damian than pin Sheamus. So he goes to the top, goes for a frog splash. Damian pops up, catches him, and then hits him with that South of Heaven sit-out choke slam and beats him 1, 2, 3. And I said, God damn it. God damn it. Of course. Of course. Of course Dominik Mysterio ends up losing after he won last week. But people are saying that, well, he won last week to get into this match. So he won to lose? We're going back to Damian Priest and Gunther. Is the match going to be good? It'll probably be great like it was at SummerSlam. I'm not against doing the rematch. I just personally feel like we had an opportunity to do something different and go with Dominik Mysterio and Gunther. Listen to me. Money will not come faster to WWE than having a Dominik Mysterio championship run. Because people will pay good money to see him lose that championship. Man, the more I think about it, the more excited I get, and the more upset we didn't go with it. I'm so upset they didn't go with Dominik Mysterio. But whatever, Dominik Mysterio is not going to go for the title. Damian Priest has earned another shot at Gunther, probably at Survivor Series. I'm thinking that. We'll see what they do. I suppose. We thought it was going to be CM Punk. I guess CM Punk isn't coming back until Raw. The Raw on Netflix. Because I did see a report that he is going to premiere. He's going to be on the premiere. Along with Roman Reigns. And along with John Cena. And along with The Rock. That show's going to be long as hell. I don't think that show is going to be the normal 2.5. I think that show is going to go 3.5 hours. That's going to be a long, long show. It should be, because it's practically a pay-per-view. So I'm excited about that. All right, that's my thoughts on tonight's show. Let's see what they do. You know, we're getting into Survivor Series mode. As you guys know, when we start to get towards the end of the year, I give you more live streams because when we get to December, I want to take a break. And that's going to be the case here as well. But you might want to tune in for the rest of these live streams when it comes to WWE. Because I have a feeling these shows are going to get really good starting this Friday. They're going to hit the ground running with the Bloodline storyline and whatever else they have for Survivor Series. And then next week's going to be live. I'm excited. I'm excited for the build-up to Survivor Series. I don't know. It's just one of those things where I don't know what the card's going to look like. I just hope Triple H is going to put his best foot forward. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say that it's not looking good. I'm just hoping that whatever we get at Survivor Series cooks. And that's all I'll say. All right, that is my review. Give me your thoughts. Give me your grades. Super chats.
IDK Damian's character and why I should give a damn, and only reason he is this relevant is because of the existence of Edge plus Bad Bunny plus Rhea plus Finn.
Yeah, I kind of feel like at this point Damian Priest is kind of living off of the popularity of Rhea Ripley right now. And I'm not saying he's not a good worker, he's not a good hand. I'm not paying good money to see Damian Priest. So, again, I feel like things would have been better. Things would be better if they just went with Dominik Mysterio. That's just how I feel. Alright, let's see what the people are saying. How y'all feel about Raw? Let me see here. So, we can just get super chats.
Liv just said her region is over with her promo.
Liv just said her reign is over with her promo. Sure did. Not quite sure what you're trying to say, that her reign is over. I don't know what you mean by that, but thank you for the donation. Guys, thanks for the super chats tonight. I appreciate it. Now, Zat Cosmetic is not holding back on Damian Priest. He says, Damian Priest is generic garbage and like nothing else stands out about him other than he is the second Puerto Rican world champion in WWE history, plus his gimmick is so Kane Taker ripoff. Ouch. Kane Taker ripoff thing, I'm not going to disagree with you about that. I don't know. I like him. I like Damian Priest. I'm just not hyped for Damian versus Gunther, if that makes any sense. Is the match going to be great? Sure. I just prefer Dominik Mysterio and Gunther. Lauren Biggs says she saw some tsunamis tonight that made her very happy. I'm glad that made you happy. Miss Lauren Biggs, these Mint Mobile messages. She says Mint Mobile will give you mint flavored paper towels if you join today. Mint flavored paper towels? You just be saying whatever, huh? And yes, I do agree that Bianca and Jade Cargill's outfits were fire. Not fire, but fire. Alright, I'm still waiting on some grades. Lauren Biz gives the show a 4 out of 10. Oh, a 4 out of 10. She must have not liked it at all. Jesus Christ. If Montez Ford is turning heel, Bianca needs to as well. Yeah, I think they're tasing a heel turn for the Street Profits. And if they are, yeah, Bianca needs to turn heel as well. I agree with that. Why not go with Sonya Deville? Sonya Deville to fight Liv Morgan? Absolutely not! I ain't going for no KFC, PFC, Kentucky Fried. I don't know. I ain't doing it. JJ Bulldog gave the show a 6 out of 10. Andre Lavandero gave it a 5.73 out of 10. Just round it up. Just give it a 6 out of 10. Why y'all do that? Ultra Shadow. SOS. I hear them shouting. SOS. I hear them crying. Kofi Kingston's theme song. I like it. The American Gladiators made models versus LWO Shocker. LWO1. Wow. Lauren Bates taking shots. Robin Sucks. Yes, that is his name. Robin Sucks says, I sure do want to see Braun Breaker and Gable feud for that IC title. Why did I all of a sudden pull up an accent?
What I meant is she acting like all cowardly heel champions where they think they got rid of their enemy, but in the end their enemy comes back and beats them for their title when they least expect it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure that Liv's getting ready to lose that belt, probably sooner than later. It all really depends on if Rhea's healthy. Now, if Rhea isn't healthy by, like I said, by Survivor Series, then more than likely, they're going to hold it off until WrestleMania, which I don't know if I want Liv to hold the belt that long. Should Liv hold the belt that long? Probably not. It's going to get stale real fast. No shade to the person behind the character, Alyx. It's just, tell me when I am telling lies. I'm not disagreeing with you, Zach. I'm just saying I like Damian Priest. Dylan Danger, the heel turn from either Xavier Woods or Kofi probably won't happen until the 10-year anniversary. When did they actually get together? And when is the 10-year anniversary? When is the 10-year anniversary? Let's see here. Sami should have pointed out to Jey that said he's not family just last week. Oh, so we're not act like he said that, huh? What you trying to say there? We're not gonna act like he said that? Right, because Jey did tell Sami that. Now you want to turn around and say you are family? Sir. It's time for an underdog story with Gable leading to a match against Gunther. Man, I hope they do Gunther and Gable at WrestleMania and Gable wins that world title. That's what I want. They probably won't. Eddie Lamb music. Who's my type? Rhea, Liv. Ooh, who's my type? Why don't you put both of them in the ring? I'm gonna go with Liv. We poppin' like you know better.
If Rhea returns real soon, Liv will lose at SNME.
Oh yeah, like, she can always lose it at Saturday Night's main event too. I agree with that. I'm thinking more about Survivor Series though. Hey, y'all donating tonight. I'll stay here. Listen, y'all want to keep donating, I'll stay right here. Y'all can keep donating all night. I'm good with that. You're not going to get one complaint out of me. I'm not going to be like, why y'all keep giving me your money? Nah, keep donating. I'll stay here all night. Y'all want to keep me here? That's how you do it. Donate. When Bianca's heel turn starts, her WrestleMania streak should be ended by a babyface Sasha. Ooh, a babyface Sasha. So you want Mercedes Moné to come back? Because that's how it started, so that's how it should end, right? I don't think Sasha's coming back to WWE. Not anytime soon. She's getting way too much money from Tony Khan. And if she comes back to WWE, that's how much they're going to have to pay her. So they're going to have to pay her millions to come wrestle for them again. Let's see here. What else y'all talking about? Triple H really likes them battle royals with no storylines, does he? Man, the women's division is stale. I feel like they show signs of improvement one week, and then yeah, it does kind of feel like they just take 10 steps back each time. Pure Fusion Cringe versus Liv's group. Oh, guys, that Survivor Series match, can we not? Do I think Chad Gable is hated by Triple H? Do I think Triple H hates Chad Gable? No. I don't think Triple H hates Chad Gable. I don't even think his booking has anything to do with something that deep and personal. I don't. I just think Triple H is looking past Chad Gable. He's not considering him. He's too focused on the Bloodline storyline. He's looking at Cody Rhodes. He's looking at Seth Rollins. He's looking at Sami Zayn. He's looking at his favorites. And Chad doesn't stand out as a favorite, which pisses me off because he is. So hopefully, next year, Chad Gable gets some shine. Maybe Kurt Angle comes in. I would like to see it. Alright, y'all, look. I'm tired. And it's late. So we're going to go ahead and end things here. So thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. Before I get out of here, I just want to say something. So, we all agree that it is a bad idea to bring up politics for any reason when you discuss wrestling. And trust me, that's not going to change anytime soon. You want politics? Go on Twitter. I do nothing but talk about politics on Twitter. So there you go. I do want to say this, though. For the hundreds, thousands of people that end up watching this live stream and got through it this far, voting is important. It is your right. If you haven't voted yet, get out and vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. Vote whoever you want to vote for. But just get out and vote. That's all I'm going to say. That is your weekly message to exercise your rights. But other than that, thank you all so much for being here. As you file out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and Venmo. I love you all. And I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's World. And vote for just Alyx to be the next president of the United States. I agree, Miss Lauren Biggs. Vote for me. No, I appreciate y'all. And I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's World. The place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm out. Peace.
When you're